What's going on, guys? Welcome to Facts and Opinions. You already know this is the podcast where we talk about sports, life, everyday drama. We talk about rags to riches too. I'm your host, Andre. I want to thank you guys for being here today. Let's get down to the situation about Ja Morant. Because we already know he didn't act the best. He damn sure didn't act the best. He went to a club, started displaying his gun, and then posted the damn thing on IG Live. And then he got suspended from his team for 2 damn games. This is what I don't like. I don't like the situation because it's serious. Very serious, folks. Very serious. But what I don't like is now we're starting to name call Ja Morant. He's a thug. He's this, he's that, he's gangster. He's an idiot because he's going to lose $200 million. And then we want to bring in the fact that he's from a 2-parent household, so we don't understand how this could be happening. I need everyone to pump the damn brakes. Pump the brakes and realize something, folks. Ja Morant's from Sumter, South Carolina. Sumter, South Carolina, which has some of the highest crime rates in all of the damn U.S. Do y'all guys understand that? Fact, 1 out of 10 people can have a crime committed to them in Sumter, South Carolina. 1 out of 37 people can have a crime committed to them in Sumter, South Carolina on the southwest side. So could it just be, I'm just thinking here, could it just be that Ja Morant is a product of his environment? We all are products of our environment. And for some people who don't know, I'll explain that. What a product of your environment is. How many of you guys went to Walmart? How many of you guys love putting all your items into those Walmart shopping bags? You love it. But then when you get home, you use those damn shopping bags as garbage bags, knowing damn well you got the hefty or the Glad bag underneath there. The people that are from where I'm from, you know why you're using those bags. You saving that damn money. You're a product of your environment. Thank you. All right. To take it a step further for people who can't relate to that, how many of you guys go to Applebee's and think that damn steak dinner is the best thing since sliced bread, knowing damn well your butt ain't never been in no steakhouse? Stop it. Product of your environment. Or you put ketchup on your steak. Stop it. Product of your environment. Or you make a cake and you don't put no damn icing on it. Stop it. Product of your environment. In Ja Morant's case, product of his environment is a little bit more serious than that. We all know that. I need you guys to understand something. See, minorities, when you're a product of your environment and when you're in these areas that are deprived of the resources that they need to have, you lack this thing called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, not intelligence, emotional intelligence, also known as EQ. You lack emotional intelligence. And I'm going to explain that. Emotional intelligence is your ability to be aware of your emotions and that of others. Emotional intelligence is you understanding that your conduct, the way you carry yourself, can negatively impact you and others that you're responsible for. That's emotional intelligence, folks. I need you guys to understand that. And don't get EQ, emotional intelligence, mixed up with IQ. IQ is your wits. How quickly can you figure out an algebra problem? How quickly can you figure out a test and then fill in the blank quickly and get 100? That's your IQ. And we know Ja Morant's smart. He has a smart IQ. But IQ gets you a job interview. It damn might get you a job. EQ helps you keep the damn job because you conduct yourself appropriately. Okay, another scenario. How many of you guys done been at jobs where your boss is giving you slack and just disrespecting you every damn way possible? So you know what you do? You stand up with your chest high, you cuss them the hell out, tell them to kick rocks, F off, yada this, yada that. And then you leave. Because you know damn well you would have got fired. You go to your block, you tell them, yeah, I told them off. I did this, I did that. That's low EQ. That's low emotional intelligence, y'all. That's low emotional intelligence. Could you have handled it differently? I'm going to ask you that question. Could you have handled it like this instead? Could you have brought that boss into the office and then told them, hey, I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't appreciate it. And if you're going to continue to talk to me in that manner, I'm going to go ahead, get HR involved, and they can just monitor this conversation. So that way, me and you can have a respectful conversation. What's so wrong with that? Because that's a high emotional intelligence right there. That's high. Because guess what? Just because your voice is louder doesn't mean that you're in control. And with emotional intelligence, you'll understand how someone else's mood is. And you'll understand to bring your tone down and talk to them in the right way, so that way you're still in the right. Because when I bring HR in the room, you're not fitting to do that to me. So that's me controlling it. And that doesn't mean you're a punk. That means you have a strength. You're strong. Because I got to remind you, the way you conducted yourself by cussing them out and doing all that nonsense, I want to repeat this. Due to your conduct, it now impacted other people that you're responsible for. Now you get fired. Can you put food in your daughter or your son's mouth? No. Can you keep a roof over yourself and your wife and your children's your children? Can you keep a roof over their heads? No. I say that to say this. We all can lose it sometimes, but you got to have that emotional intelligence to keep you in check. You got to have it, folks. So that's why I asked, could it be that Ja Morant is going through the same thing? Could it be that he's going through the same thing? Because we all know, we all from different parts of those rough areas, and we know when we're part of those rough areas, we got to be tough. We got to be tough. That's what the norm is. That's what they say. I guess that's the SOP of living in the hood. You got to be tough all the time. You got to be tough. Right? Another story, right? Emotional intelligence. Talking about got to be tough in the hood. I'm from New York. I used to ball on Burnside and Aqueduct Avenue. My boys came from a 2-parent household. I used to damn near live with them. We used to do the same thing, pull that basketball out like Ja Morant and them did. Play ball all day, all night. So one day, boom, boom, 2 shots fired. We saw 2 kids, heads explode, and they lost their heads. Died. I never forget, OG came up to me because I'm about to be emotional at that point in time. He told me, yo, young blood, tomorrow's another day. It's messed up what happened. You can't cry right now. That's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of weakness. You got to suck that up. This is the hood. This is how we survive. At that point in time, though, that OG had low emotional intelligence. He couldn't even empathize the situation and the environment. The overall traumatic effect. He could not even understand that. That's what's crazy. Because that's what he thought was being tough. And that's actually being weak. Because at that moment in time, I needed to probably vent out or have a shoulder to cry on. I don't know what I needed at that point in time. But it ain't normal seeing someone get their head blown off. I can tell you that. And I kept that in for a long time. I wound up telling my mom and my sisters about it way, way later on down the line. But at that moment in time, this is what I understood at that moment in time. This is how it got to be in the hood. And it's not the norm. It's not the norm to see someone's head blown off. It's not the norm to go to be in the hood and you got to go to the corner store to get toilet paper but fight drug dealers. It's not the norm to get on the train and have to fight gang members. That's not the norm. Because in everyday life, you should be able to do what you got to do and come home and not have to deal with that type of drama. When your mom and your father ask you, how was your day? You say, it was normal, it was fine. Knowing damn well you went through some crap. Because it's the hood. The hood, surviving the hood is the norm. But the way you're conducting yourself is not the norm to hold that in. And there was a study shown in Alliant University that minorities actually, we actually rate very low with emotional intelligence because we're taught to hold things in. We're taught to not speak about certain things because it can be a sign of weakness, though that's not actually the case. So that's why I want to ask that question. Could it be that Ja Morant is suffering the same things? Let's think about it. He got the franchise on his shoulders. He's a young man. He's 23. He also has a baby. So he got to figure out how to be a father too. Let's look at his entourage. They probably are cut from the same cloth he's from, probably from the same area. So he can't even talk to them about that crap. He can't talk to them about that at all because they're not going to be able to relate. So who the hell does he speak to? Maybe his father, maybe so. But it's up to Ja Morant to really understand he got to speak on these things. It's not a weakness. He has to understand that when he had that pickup game with that 17-year-old, that 17-year-old started talking smack, and Ja Morant started talking smack, that's all part of the game. But no need to get physical. Even if the dude starts getting physical with you, you know what you do? You end the game, you walk the hell home, Ja Morant. You don't need to step up and punch him multiple times, allegedly. But maybe Ja Morant is reverting back to his environment from where he's from. Because in his environment, he's probably trained to understand that, I got to step up and show out on this dude. Now, someone in his crew got to tell him, you're not there anymore. It's okay to walk away. That's not weak, bro. We got a lot of things we need to do in life. That's the type of help Ja Morant needs. That's the type of help Ja Morant needs. See, we need to understand something. Ja Morant, he's in danger of losing his team. He's in danger of losing his endorsements. But the team and the endorsements I'm talking about ain't got to do with no NBA and ain't got to do with no money or no Nike or nothing like that. See, the worst thing in the world a father could do, because I'm a father, and I know fathers, the worst thing a father could do is bury their child. That's the worst thing a father could do. And when you go in these clubs and you start displaying and toting these guns and acting like you about that gunplay, you a shooter, you hard, you know what you're going to invite? The real shooters, the real hood dudes that's about that gunplay, that'll test you and provoke you. What you going to do after that? You're going to steal when they got a gun in your face? You want to go out? I'm just going to go out hood. I'm going to go out real. Brother, you know what I'm going to go out? I'm going to go out a winner because I'm going to go out breathing still. I'm going to give them anything they need right then and there. Because you know what? I'm going to go home. That is the win. Ja Morant needs to understand that. Because the one thing you can't replace, if you laying in that hospital with tubes down your throat, fighting for your life, the one thing you can't buy is life. And I hear all these sports outlet medias talking about, he's an idiot. He's going to lose $200 million. Shannon Sharpe on Undisputed said, I don't understand what's wrong with Ja Morant. Skip, I don't understand what's wrong with him. He got $200 million that he could lose, so I don't get it. Let me give Shannon Sharpe a bit of advice. Shannon Sharpe, you got a contract with Undisputed, and last time I checked, at a Laker game about a month ago, didn't you get into it with a member on the Memphis Grizzlies, even to the point that security had to hold you back? You going back and forth with him? Was you thinking about your Undisputed contract at that point in time, Shannon Sharpe? No, you was not. Hell no. You know what happened to you? The same thing that happened to Ja Morant. You revert back to being a product of your environment, and you feel like you got to tout your chest. Shannon Sharpe wasn't thinking, I'm in this different stratosphere in life because of my wealth. Oh, no, I got to show this dude up because he's showing me up. That's low emotional intelligence. And that example that I just mentioned is to show you guys we all could lose sight of where we at. All of us could lose sight where we at the snap of a damn finger. You got to be calm, folks. Even Shannon Sharpe loses control. That's why he had to apologize for his actions. So when Shannon Sharpe says, I don't understand why, how the hell you don't understand why, Shannon? You did the same nonsense. The only thing I would say is obviously Shannon Sharpe wasn't out there displaying and toting no guns. But you were sitting there talking that bull jive like you say to him, you don't want it, you don't want this here. That's still provoking people. Because talking like that can get you into a serious situation. No matter what. No matter what. It's not about the money, folks. And that's the message I want everyone to understand. You got to live for your family. For Ja Morant, walk your daughter. Be there to walk your daughter to school. Be there to walk her down the aisle. Be there for her college graduation. Be there at the hospital when she becomes a mom and you're the grandfather, that's what you got to be there for. That's what you got to be there for. When I talk about losing endorsements, your biggest contract is you being a father, brother. And to anyone out there that's getting into all this nonsense, whatever your responsibilities are, your biggest contract is to be the best brother, sister, whoever you are. Be the best at that. Be the best brother, sister, father, or mother, whatever you are. Get out of that nonsense. Minorities, let's wake up. Let's understand what emotional intelligence is. I'm going to send the link that Alliant University sent for this document at the end of this podcast. I'm going to send the link for this so you guys can look up emotional intelligence, also known as EQ. This is facts and opinions, y'all. I just need to give my perspective on it. No way or shape am I excusing Ja Morant of his actions. It's unacceptable. But now that we have a piece of the clue, maybe we'll think about things in a different way. Because we're all products of our environment in negative ways or positive ways, from upper class to middle class to poor class. We're all products of our environment. And we all lose focus of where we're at because sometimes our emotional intelligence is not there right then and there. Until the next episode, peace.